So during the recruiting process, the biggest thing for me is I wanted to go to a big school, play the biggest and toughest competition. For me, it was finding a school that was going to let me come in, not just to hit. I was heavily recruited because I was a pretty good hitter. But for me, I wanted to find a school that would allow me the opportunity to pitch. So Iowa State was the one, talking to Coach Crow. She contacted me and I asked, will you give me the opportunity to pitch? And she said that she would, where other schools were wanting to get me to come in and play, but they wanted me for my bat and said I was too short to be a pitcher, but Coach Crow believed in me and gave me that opportunity. It was a big difference, obviously, going and playing at a high school level and coming in where it's very organized and it's very structured. I think the biggest difference was planning to get up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, spend your day at school, and then coming to the field or going to the rec and practicing doing your individual pitching workouts. But it was definitely a lot more structured, a lot more demanding than what I was expecting. But I think that was definitely what you need to compete at this level. It's very difficult because they're both very specialized. So I had my individual pitching workouts with Coach Crow. Obviously you're doing your hitting with the team, but one thing that I did was 5 days a week I actually came back and practiced by myself or with a teammate. My brother would come back and hit with me, or one of the baseball players. So I spent 5 days a week coming back and hitting on my own, just to make sure that I was getting the reps and the work that I wanted for my strength and to give me the power to hit the ball over the fence. There's a lot of things that come to mind. Obviously, there's a lot of games, playing Iowa, playing Oklahoma. I mean, Oklahoma won the World Series, I think, my freshman year when I was here. I think the biggest memory that I have is just the time that I have with my teammates, whether it was on the field, in the weight room, or just, spending time together at our dorm or in the apartments together. But I would say the biggest memory that I have is just my time with my teammates. I think it's just what you go through, to be an athlete here at Iowa State, it really pushes you and it pushes the limits. And when you're, if you're running a 3-mile run and you've got somebody in the tail end that needs help, we're back there and we're yelling and we're pushing each other and we're doing everything we can to keep up. And it's just a different experience, to be able to go in and have teammates that are there and have your back. Softball has taught me a lot. I'm still involved with softball. I coach today. I think the biggest thing for me is just the toughness, the determination, the hard work. I mean, you have to make sacrifices, the desire to want to be the best, not just in your sport, but when you take that into your adult life, you want to be the best at what you do. So, just being able to work hard and make the sacrifices and the time to do well in life. So it's interesting, when you grow up in Southeast Iowa, you're kind of thinking that you're going to be a Hawkeye, right? Iowa State for me was an opportunity at a big university to play the sport that I love. Iowa State to me is the school that I would never send my kids to Iowa, right? I would only send my kids to Iowa State. Iowa State is just a place that I would call home. When I try to come back before moving back to Iowa, it's a home, right? It's where you spent, I spent 5 years here, but it was a place that had so many memories on the field, off the field, but it's home to me. It is the Iowa school, in my opinion. I think it's just kind of the icing on the cake. All the hard work that you put into your craft, a lot of sacrifices that I made to get to where I was at. It just really was it meant what I did was worth it. And the hard work and things that I put into softball just allowed me to get this recognition. But it's almost surreal to think where I'm at and to get this honor, because there's some amazing athletes that have received this, and so it's a little weird to feel like I'm with them on that level, but it's an amazing accomplishment. I appreciate all the coaches that I had. They taught me so much, whether it was on the field or really pushed me into the classroom. But it's 100% with my teammates. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I remember from being here is my teammates and the time that we spend, and when we see each other, it's just that love never goes away. But yeah, this is something that's just as much if it's mine, it's my teammates as well.